So I'm from Michigan. We get snow here. So I'm going to use a snow situation. When you're driving in the winter, or even summer or whatever, you'll see signs on bridges that say bridge freezes before road does, or something along those lines, because the bridge can get wind blowing all over it and such like that. So it'll freeze before the road does. Now, what you want to do in that situation, if possible, is when you're going over that bridge and it has ice on it, let's say it does have ice on it, you want to coast. You want to coast over that ice. You don't want to accelerate. You don't want to brake. You don't want to brake. You want to just accelerate over that ice. Or not. You don't want to accelerate and you don't want to brake. You just want to coast. Coast over that bridge. Okay? Yeah. Because if you brake, you might get your wheel gripping. Maybe you'll have a spot where one wheel grips and it tugs the car one way, and if you accelerate, maybe you get the other thing. One wheel spins, and it kind of pushes the car the other way, kind of deal. And that's not figuring for all-wheel drive and all that fun stuff and all kinds of sensors and all this stuff, just in general, okay? So, that being said, in business, in life, whatever, when you have an issue, when you have maybe a little icy section, you don't want to brake on there. You don't want to accelerate. You don't want to brake hard. You don't want to accelerate hard. You want to try to coast. Figure stuff out and potentially coast through that little section. And then when you get to the other side of the bridge, then you can factor for it. Then you can hit your brakes. Then you can maybe accelerate, But during that bad part, during that bad section, you might need to coast. Now, if you know the bridge is coming up and it's got a little bit of ice on it, maybe you get some speed so that you can coast before the bridge. Maybe you, same deal. If you know you got to stop, maybe start slowing down before the bridge. But that way you can coast over that bridge, over that bad time, over that bad section, over that issue. You can coast over that and get by it. Maybe that means you have an emergency fund. Maybe you plan on doing something else while you're on that bridge. Maybe you have a plan before you get to that bridge, kind of deal. Or maybe you just don't. And you need to get over that bridge before you deal with it. Okay? Maybe you have to coast over that bridge. And then once you get to the other side, then maybe you need to brake hard or accelerate hard to get back to whatever your constant speed is. Okay? But yeah. There's things in life where you just gotta coast. Sometimes you gotta think about it. Sometimes you gotta just, camera's all over the place. Maybe you gotta just relax, and deal with it when you're on the other side of the bridge. Really general here because everybody's situation is different. But yeah. Get through those hard times. Coast over those bridges when they got ice on them. Okay? Get to the other side. Maybe you'll have some good situations. Maybe not. My deers are back. Got two of them today. So yeah. Maybe you get to the other side of that. Maybe you play around. Yeah, I'm looking at you. But it's not always great. And yeah, you're gonna hit ice if you drive in the winter. Black ice, whatever. And you just play around. And that one's gone. You just play around, and when you get past that bad section, you move on. Yeah. So I don't know any other way to say it. That's just what you got to do sometimes. Just get over that section, get over that bad section. And best scenario is you plan for that ahead of time, and when it comes up, you can just coast over it. Not so good situation, you coast over it, and then when you get to the other side, you accelerate or brake hard to make up for it. What you don't do is you don't accelerate, you don't brake on the bridge. In the middle of that hard time, you don't accelerate and brake on the bridge, because then you can spin out. And most of the time when you're trying to fix an issue, when you're stressed, when you're in the middle of that bridge, when you're stressed, everything's going bad, you're trying to fix this issue, you make mistakes. That's when you spin out. That's when you have the issue. You're in the middle of that bridge and you slam on the brakes and you spin out, or at least the back end starts to get squirrely, and then maybe after that you can fix it, or maybe not. But if you just coast over that bad area, there you go. Now, I'm not saying don't be proactive. I'm not saying be lazy. I'm saying the absolute horrible things are going to happen. You might just want to sit back, wait a minute, think about things as you're going over that bridge, and then deal with it. Sometimes taking a minute, taking a breath, and thinking about things before you actually jump on them, just jumping on it and doing something, is going to give you a better situation. Anyway, there you guys go. See ya.